All right, let's look at example J. We want to use the values shown in figure 12.2 above to determine the cash surrender or loan value for each of the following policies. So we have 5 different examples here for these 5 different rows here. And we want to figure out how much cash surrender or loan value we can obtain. All right, so if we have a policy year of 10, that means at 10 years into the policy, we decide to have a cash surrender or obtain a loan. So at 10 years, we would have we would look at row 10, and we would want to go over to straight life. So straight life at 10 is $104. So if this loan or if this policy was for $1,000 life insurance policy, for it would be $104. But it's not for $1,000. It is for $75,000. So we have to take 75,000 and divide it by 1,000 to figure out how much we have to multiply 104 by. So similarly to objective 5, when we're dealing with figure 12.1, we have to go through the same process. So we have to multiply by 75. And it's actually a little bit easier because we're not dealing with semi-annually, quarterly, or annual basis. It's not really involved here. So we don't have to multiply by another number in any circumstance, either 2, 4, just 1, I guess, for annual. So we have 104 times 75, and that gives you 7,800. $7,800 for this first for the first example. Okay, now for the second one, we're dealing with the policy year of 5. So 5 years in, we decide to get a cash surrender or a loan, and we're dealing with a 20-year endowment. So we're dealing with this last column at 5, so we have 173. So let's use a different color here. So we have 173, and we want to multiply by, now we have a new amount of the policy, which is 15,000. So how many times, or what do we get if we take 15,000 and divide by 1,000? Well, we just have 15. So we're going to multiply by 15. And that gives us $2,595. $2,595. So we can get a loan or get a cash surrender for this amount. Now we're dealing with a 20 payment life. A 20 payment life is the middle column. This is the last example we're going to go over. You can try the last 2 on your own. So we have a 20 payment life, that's the middle column, and we're at 10 years. 10 years into the policy, and we would be able to get $228 per 1,000. So we have $228 per 1,000, and this is the $50,000 policy. So 50,000 divided by 1,000 is 50. So this loan amount or cash surrender is 228 times 50, which is 11,400. All right, so hopefully this is making sense, the process in determining how much cash surrender and the loan value you would be able to obtain at a certain year in your policy and based off of a certain amount of policy. So let me know if you have any concerns, and I'll be more than happy to help.